All right, so here is part 2 of the half-step event concept. Here's the concept that we're going to lay out. Your natural notes are going to exist on either even frets or odd frets. And when they do exist on those even frets or odd frets, they're going to stay on those even frets or odd frets until I get to a half-step event. If they're on odd frets, then they're going to switch to even frets. And they're going to stay on those even frets till I get to the next half-step event. That's it. That's the concept. Now we're going to go into detail explaining this, but think about how simple that concept is. I can find every natural note by ear and sight with this concept, and over time learn where all the natural notes exist on the neck, and thereby helping me understand the neck quicker and faster. Nowadays, people would call this a hack. But a hack is only valuable if you apply it to the point where you don't even have to think about it, right? Okay, so that's the idea here. So we're going to start with the high E string and the low E string. And I could just play everything on the high E string because everything on the low E string is going to be the same, right? Here's my low E, and here's my high E. And here's what we're going to do. On the open E string, that is the start of the natural notes on that string. The next note that comes right after it, a half-step event, remember, is an F. So because the 12th fret is the octave and it's an even fret, I'm going to call this area right here where that's open, I'm going to call that fret 0. And I'm going to treat that like an even fret. With me on this? Because the very next fret I go to is the number 1 fret or the first fret. That's an odd number. All right? So E to F is a half-step event. And I went from an even fret to an odd fret right off the bat. Now I'm going to stay on the odd frets. And when I do this, all of these frets and these notes are going to be natural. Catch that? All the odd frets that I play on now will all be natural notes. And they will always stay odd frets until I get to the next half-step event, which is going to be B to C. But if I go F to G to A to B. Let's do that again, but this time we're not going to say the notes, we're going to count the frets. Odd frets. 1, 3, 5, and 7. And together, F is 1, G is 3, A is 5, B is 7. Okay, here I am. I'm at a B. This is a half-step event that's going to occur right now. B to C is a half-step event, and I'm going to go from 7 to 8. B to C, 7 to 8, or odd back to even frets. 8, 10, and 12. What notes are those? They're all natural notes. C, D, E. C is 8, D is 10, E is 12. And what happens here? Half-step event, E to F, 12 to 13. We're going to go back from even frets now to odd. We're transitioning because we hit a half-step event. E to F, 12 to 13. I'm on 13. F, G, A, B. That is 13, 15, 17, and 19. All natural notes. 13 is F, 15 is G, 17 is A, 19 is B, and now I'm at a half-step event, and I'm going to go from 19 to 20. And I went from B to C, a half-step event. I went from an odd fret to an even fret. If I had 24 frets, it would continue. And this is true for every single string, okay? So we just covered 2 strings. So now I only have 4 strings left, okay? Can I do this with every other string? Yeah, and I'll do it with one more string right now. But I'm not gonna deal with every single string in this video because the concept has now been laid out. Now you can go experiment with this. And as long as you know what the string is you're starting on, and you know that B to C and E to F are your half-step events, you got it, okay? Self-discovery is one of the greatest things that you can use with a concept in your head that you've learned about the guitar for your own benefit, right? Because now you're thinking, now you're just not being told, do this, right? Part of the fun of giving lessons to students is to give them ideas and then watch them work with them and run with them. That's what's so cool about teaching. And I know this is a simple concept, and I know this isn't the first time maybe you've heard of this, but I haven't seen videos just lay this out in such a simplistic, straight ahead manner, okay? So now, let's just go to, how about if we do the G string, okay? So that's the 3rd string, all right? And that's an open fret or even, right? So I'm gonna go G, which is even, open, right? I'm going to A, that's a whole step, okay? G to A is a whole step, that's 2. A to B, that's 4. I'm now at an even fret. Okay, so let's talk through that one more time. G, A, B, open, 2nd, and 4th. All even frets. I'm on the 4th fret. B to C. B to C, I'm going from 4 to 5 now. And I'm going to stay on odd frets now until I get to the next half-step event. Here I am, I'm on 5, 7, 9. What were those notes? Remember, they're all natural. C, D, E. C is on 5, D is on 7, and E is on 9. And what happens? Well, it's E. It's a half-step event now. E to F. I'm going from 9 to 10. I'm going from odd to even. Here I am now. I'm on even frets, and I'm going to stay on even frets till I get to the next half-step event, which is going to be B to C. So here's 10, 12, 14, and 16. What notes are those? Remember F, G, whole step, 10 to 12, 12 to 14, G to A, 14 to 16, A to B. I am now at a B, which means I'm at the next half-step event. B to C is going to be 16 to 17, even to odd. And it's going to stay there till I get to the next half-step event. So, C, D, and I'm out. All right? If I had a 24 fret neck, I'm out of frets. Obviously, I can't do that. But I'm just trying to continue the concept. Okay? So, that completes the concept that you can go do this with. Now, in book 2, I do lay everything out on big necks and show all the half-step events and where they occur. And I'm going to cover one more concept about this idea in a video that follows this. And this is going to kind of preempt an idea that I'm going to talk about getting into volume 3. But I do want to touch on this because it is one of those things that I just think it's cool if you know it ahead of time. All right? So there is the concept of half steps and whole steps, knowing that half step events occur between E and F and B and C, and that you stay on those natural notes, either odd or even, till the next half step event. You know what? I mean, it's such a simple concept, but if you know it now, when you're first starting out, it's one of those, wow, I never knew that. And maybe you're a seasoned guitar player and you do know all this. That's fantastic. I hope you've been using it through time to just do a little exercise here and there to know how your guitar is put together. Thanks, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching this video. Again, I'm Phil Olson. To purchase the Awesome Guitar Series, click on the link below. It'll take you to Amazon. You can see full descriptions of each one of the volumes. After you've made your purchase and you receive them, go home and practice.